All right. We return. You know, I got to ask you, when you talk about people like Lindsey Graham and Paul Ryan and John Boehner and John McCain, you got to ask, whose side are these people on? This week, Lindsey Graham, along with Paul Ryan, John Boehner, and John McCain, and a host of other middle-of-the-road rhino Republicans came out and said that the best thing for the Republican Party is a grand bargain deal. Let me tell you, I said this to you last week. Anytime you hear the word omnibus, comprehensive, or grand bargain, you know you're in for it. They're loading the bag with 100 pounds of HS, CS, and BS that is giveaways for their buddies. And you're going to carry the weight for it financially. Now, they're throwing out there that the best thing for the Republican Party is to pass a grand bargain deal that will end the government shutdown, raise the debt ceiling, and protect Obamacare completely, not delaying it nor defunding it in any way, shape, or form. Graham says that Paul Ryan, should get together with the House and pass a kind of deal, quote, that doesn't delay or defund Obamacare but would be good for government. Hey, Graham, whose side are you on? The best thing for the Republican Party and for the country, says Graham, this is his quote, that's the best thing for the Republican Party and for the country. You notice who's in the priority order there. But as between House and Senate Republicans, the sooner this is over, the better for us, guys. Listen to that statement, because it should be used in his treason trial. Listen, I'm going to read it to you again because I want you to hear it. This is so dangerous. I cannot believe that the state of South Carolina has not grabbed this piece of garbage by the collar, dragged him back, and either removed him from office or put him on trial for treason against their state. Listen to this. That's the best thing for the Republican Party and for the country. But as between House and Senate Republicans, the sooner this is over, the better for us, guys. That tells you, that statement is all you need to know, that his allegiance is not to his station, his state or his nation, but it is to allegiance to his party. And I don't know any one of these people up on Capitol Hill who have taken an oath of allegiance to their party. Not with their hand on any Bible. You see, here's the problem. People like Graham, Boehner, Ryan, McCain, they classify themselves as Republicans. And they call themselves conservatives. This is why I tell you, never use the term conservative for yourself as a representative handle. Don't call yourself a conservative, because you put yourself into the mix, into the pot, into the basket with these people. And I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, these people don't represent anything that I stand for. I don't want to pass a budget that increases the debt. I don't want to pass Obamacare and fund it. Where's the talk about, he says right there, don't delay or defund Obamacare. Pass a bill that won't delay or defund Obamacare, but would be good government. What? That's the problem. These people don't represent you. They represent government. And when you represent government, you have a conflict of interest that is inherent in everything that you do. They don't represent their states. They don't represent the people living within those states. They represent government. That's why people say, it's us against them. It is. It is government against people. Period. End of discussion. End of argument. Everything else, ladies and gentlemen, is just marketing. These people who are currently in power are, and again, when you hear the term omnibus, or you hear the term comprehensive, or you hear the term grand bargain, understand what that represents. These people are throwing you under the bus in an attempt to improve their own situation, improve their own positioning, and represent government using you as the bargaining chip. You're nothing more than a stack of chips in front of the gambler who's sitting there at the table tossing them out there. Some hands he wins, some hands he loses. But none of it is his. Here's the problem. And it's time that America finally stood up and recognized it for what it is. We're so far down the rabbit hole of betrayal and treason in this country. I've had people say to me, you can't use that word treason so much. It's too aggressive. It's too controversial. Is the demise of the United States not controversial? Is betrayal and treason in high office, is high crimes and misdemeanors and aiding and abetting the enemy not a controversial topic for discussion? Get the hell out of your Prozac relapse and stop it. My goodness, you are sitting here allowing our nation to be squandered, stolen, part and parcel, sold off in pieces by pieces of garbage like Lindsey Graham and John McCain. I mean, it's insulting to the intelligence. I got to tell you, people, if we do not get this under control, and I mean in the immediate future, we've heard people over the years say that we've reached the breaking point, that our funding, our borrowing is problematic. I mean, we've been hearing this since the 60s and the 70s, right? But never have we been on a wholesale path of self-destruction and self-immolation like we have since Johnson, invented and authored us the new socialist concept. The guy who started that, FDR, with the New Deal and his, his new 10 points of darkness, frankly. The Bill of Rights for social, for the Bill of Social Rights, right? Everybody's got a right to a job and equal and good quality pay and right to a house. I mean, come on. That was sheer Marxist and socialist plank reading. That's all it was the 10 marks of socialism. These guys hide it a little bit better, but the truth of the matter is they're even further advanced in their thinking. They've actually employed a plan, and What's in it for them? The height of selfishness that it takes for somebody like Graham and Ryan and Boehner and McCain to be so willing to sell out their own nation in favor of whatever short-term gain they get. And whether that's monetary or power, or whether that's keeping some secret silent and hidden because the NSA's got some dirt on them, you know, the Judas bug that these people are infected with is beyond the concept of most Americans to fathom, because we can't think of that kind of wholesale betrayal in our day in and day out lives. We can't even conceive of what it would be like to be so wholesale disrespectful of the responsibility that we've been entrusted with. McConnell. I mean, listen, the list is just enormous. They say that these people who came in the Tea Party in the House, that these people are the problem. I beg to differ. Those people are only doing what we told them to do. And with all due respect, Mr. President, and all of you sycophants up in Congress, whichever side of the aisle you stand, those people, you know, I've heard you use the phrase, well, elections have consequences. You're damn straight they do. And these people were duly elected to protect and defend the United States of America against foreigners and domestic tyrants like all of you. So how dare you turn around and reduce their ability to function, decry them as Tea Party crazies and a danger and extremists and bomb throwers and suicide vest wearers and hostage takers? What? Is their elected duty not greater or equal to yours? How dare you claim some high ground of ethic? Well, my duty to my constituents, which doesn't even exist, by the way, is greater than your duty to your constituents. Really? These people made a commitment to the people who put them into office to represent them properly. And the fact of the matter is, you are sitting there trying to tell them that they don't have an obligation to follow their sworn duty. And that because they are, you're labeling them as terrorists and extremists, suicide vest wearers and hostage takers. Are you so drunk on your own Kool-Aid that you are willing to stoop to that level? You know, I don't know where anybody who's watching this stands religiously. But I got to tell you, I believe that there's an afterlife. And I don't think it's all flowers and roses in heaven and burning brimstone in hell. But I can tell you this. On the far side of this thing, there's going to be a special place for people like that. There's going to be a special place for people like that. You've been listening to America's Voice Now. You can find us on the web at americasvoicenow.org. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/America's Voice Now. And you can find this and every other program that we do up on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/America's Voice Now. Please visit with us, share this information with your friends, educate yourself, become knowledgeable, take action, have the brass to stand up for what you believe in, and let's put aside the fear. Let's recognize these people are seeking our demise. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning.